Hey, what's up, Moonies? Welcome to another exciting episode hosted by yours truly, Walk and Vital. We're here to discuss Solana Hills, a Solana project with a low entry point with MoonX potential. Stay tuned to learn more. Cue the intro.
Yo, what it do? Welcome to another exciting adventure here with Moon Boys Radio, where we're going to give you that alpha you didn't know you needed about possible 10x, scratch that, 100x, scratch that, MoonX opportunities.
Keep in mind, the NFT space is very speculative and highly risky. Anything we talk about here is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors, so make sure to do your own research.
Alright guys, first project on the radar we got here, Solana Hills. We're looking at a pretty good entry point of about 0.84 Solana as we're shooting this. It's not a big supply. We're looking at about a little over 3,000 residents. You know, they got 5 different types of residents. We're looking at apes, penguins, monkeys, dragons, and birds. And you can kind of see this artwork. It's, you know, fairly unique. It's fun. It's bright. It's attractive. And, you know, they've been out in the market since about March.
Yeah, it looks like it was minted on March 11 for 1.5 Sol. So it's actually trading under the current mint price, but I think it actually reached like 4 or 5 Sol like a month or two ago, wasn't it, Walk?
Yeah, that's correct. Because we got, like, back then they got a big shout out from Frank DeGod, who was really, you know, down for the project. And, you know, he's going to be implemented into their play to earn video game that they got currently being tested, which is cool to see. I think, you know, I was in the Discord and they got they're looking for a few volunteers to test out their game. So it's kind of fun that they're actually like engaging with the community, making sure that you feel like they're actually working on things. Because like that's the worst thing about getting into some projects and it just feels more like a slow rug. Not this one. This one makes you feel like they're actually working on things. So yeah, they got the play to earn game in the background. They got breeding coming up. You know, they got a lot of the utilities with like their shield token. You know, they got raffles here and there. So yeah, it's pretty fun project. So I think that was like the main reason what brought their price above 2 Solana. It was actually close to like 3-4 at that time.
Yeah, great here.
They're slowly, you know, with the bear market, it's kind of they're kind of taking a hit. That's why I feel like we're getting to a point where it's pretty good entry. You know, we're looking at about 10% listed, good engagement stuff from the Discord, and you know, people are pumped for it. And these are, you know, builders are constantly working on their project, and they're constantly engaging with the community. So it gives me that, you know, that good feeling I wanted to like continue holding this project.
Yeah, and did with that play to earn game that they're coming out with, that Frank DeGod, like he's like part of it, isn't he? So are they gonna try to introduce Dust into that arcade too? Or
So they haven't announced that, but that's the speculation that, you know, there could be some, I guess, tokenomics mix between the two, between shows and Dust. So
yeah,
possibly earning some Dust in the game. I mean, this is all speculation, so it's not like really known. So but if something like that were to happen, you can imagine this project going to the moon. So
definitely, and I think it's actually a really interesting approach, and I've like also noticed it in other projects because staking is a very popular mechanism where it helps people stay longer in the project. But a lot of these projects were having issues with keeping their token price stabilized, you know? So Bored Ape Yacht Club over on the Ethereum network, they did the airdrop for ApeCoin. And obviously everyone that got that for free just clearly dumped it. But from what we've been seeing a lot lately, there are big brands that are starting to accept Ape. And I think Gucci was one of them, where like you can actually go buy Gucci clothing and stuff while paying an Ape. So they're like finding real world utility in Web 2 to help stabilize that, right? So another crazy thing that happened was there's a project called 10KTF on the Ethereum network that I think Beeple was the one that was affiliated with that one, but they're having a mint coming up this Saturday, I want to say, and they happen to only allow people to mint with ApeCoin. So this project, Bored Ape Yacht Club, is basically connecting with other collections to find other ways to get their token to be utilized. So that creates demand for it. So I think like if Frank DeGod actually puts dust into this ecosystem and like there's big demand for this play to earn aspect of the game, we could see some huge pumps.
No, I agree, and it's actually kind of cool with Ape, because didn't they just come out with something with AMC where there's possible dividends that they're gonna give out to holders, but like in payment through Ape, the Ape coin. So,
Yeah, but that ape coin is actually like going to be like a stock equity though. Like I don't think it's the same ape as BAYC.
I was just
Bullish, I would say.
yeah, for sure.
Let me see. And
Would
yeah,
you say would you say currently Solana Hills is in a pretty good buy zone, or do you think like obviously we're not financial advisors, but like how do you feel? You
honestly,
know,
I feel like, I mean, technical analysis wise, like based off like the chart that we're looking at right now, it seems like like when we're range bound at zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8 area, we always randomly get these surge, right?
yeah,
And we've gotten two of them so far here. I guess you could call this one a surge as well. But what this shows to me, especially in this such small time frame, I want to say this is from March to August, so that's like 5 months, I think. So
yeah,
each of these surges, I can guarantee you, is because of development in the project, right? Like
right,
those are they came out with some news that are really exciting that worked as a catalyst, which caused FOMO, and especially in this price action right here, you could see that like there's buying and selling, people locking in profits and stuff, but there were
yeah,
more people that wanted to, buy it. But obviously, like this current downtrend that we're seeing, that's just like any project at this very moment because we're in a bear market. Everyone's literally trying to liquidate any project they're in the money in. So I think like it's been 2 months almost since the last pump. So I'm sure they're underworks. And like you said, that they're working on that play to earn game and they're testing it. So realistically, we could probably see some price action within a month or two. And like there's only 313 listed right now. So you can kind of think like whoever's owning these projects really want to keep the project, and at this such low price, like they could sweep up 4 or 5 like easily.
yeah. No, I agree. I think for me, it just appears there's a lot of opportunity here, and I'm hopefully not to miss out because I'm just gonna like load up on the bag more than likely, just because it hits a lot of the check boxes. Great community, great developers, great ideas, like and they deliver. So
Yeah.
like I think it was important that you mentioned that with these surges, it's usually with the reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So just a little underneath the mid price. So I think this is looking like a safe 2x, but I think you know if the play to earn works out well and then the breeding comes out, it's just a matter of time before we see those Moon X gains.
Do you know by chance if they have more details of their play to earn yet? Because that play to earn's at the bottom, so I'm assuming they've hit like all these metrics then, correct?
The bottom of what?
Of this roadmap of theirs.
Let me double check the roadmap.
I'm sharing it on the screen right now. I don't know if you see
Okay.
it.
Yep, I can see. I mean, I think there's a couple. I don't know if these are necessarily like completely in order
Mm-hmm.
because I know they haven't necessarily done like these art galleries yet. Um, so maybe they're just prioritizing because when you get the opportunity to work with Frank the God, it's like, and you can implement them into your game. Like, okay, guys, like we gotta reprioritize because, like, I think it was yesterday they were looking for the new like a few people to test it out. So it's like I feel like they're really close to getting this play their
Oh yeah.
game out there. And it's like your simple, like where you're kind of jumping over a bunch of like decoys and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's not the most advanced game, but it's just kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm like looking inside of their Discord, and one thing they do mention is like there is no LP for a while, and that they need utility first, which I feel like is a very smart approach because most tokenization, like when someone introduces an LP, that allows people to convert the coin that they're earning into like Solana, for example, or Ethereum, and that usually crashes the price of that coin because
Yeah.
like there's not enough utility inside of their ecosystem. And do you know if they came out with merch yet?
I don't believe they came out with merch yet.
Yeah, like I feel like the approach that they're taking though is pretty smart because they're probably doing testing on the game, and then they'll probably see like how many people actually use their shill tokens in this game, and then
Yeah.
that's going to allow them to like really put some kind of estimates like, okay, this is how many tokens people generate a day. This is how many tokens are being burned a day for this game. So then it kind of helps them think of like how to stabilize the token. And I feel like most projects, they come out with merch eventually. And if you can buy merch with that token as well, you kind of have another source of just burning. So then that would
Right.
make people not want to sell the coin, which stabilizes the price better.
I agree.
Awesome. Are there any other points you'd like to throw on about Solana Hill?
No, I just, other than like I think it's a strong project, and it's definitely one on the radar that you can see inside our Discord, and we're continue to cover this project.
Yeah, and we're both definitely holders too. We're not trying to pump our bags. We're just trying to get you to go to the moon with us, obviously. And I
Yeah, no,
mean,
I've helped since March, so I've rolled those surges because I believe this project's got a lot further to go than the previous all time highs, and I think what's making me a believer is really like the developers delivering and always communicating what they're working on. So it's one of those like good feels when you inside one of those communities.
yeah, and I mean the Discord's pretty good too. It seems like there's a lot of nice people in there from what I've like seen. Every time I'm in there, people are always interacting and stuff like that. And I feel like at least for like the Solana ecosystem, there hasn't been any like crazy PFP plays that people have like found their identity behind. And I see a lot of people actually rocking Solana Hills as a profile pic on Twitter.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely PFP potential.
If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, comment which project you want us to cover next, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss that next alpha. Peace!